You didn't end up here by chance. You didn't click on this video on impulse. Even before opening your eyes today, even before taking your first breath this morning, Vishnu had already prepared this encounter. There are messages that are not sought. They are found. And there are moments that aren't part of the routine, they're part of destiny. This is one of them. If you found this, your life is about to change. No matter where you are, no matter what you're facing, no matter how tired, lost, or confused you feel, the simple fact that you are hearing these words means that you have just entered a new spiritual cycle. Change is not coming. It has already begun. For a long time, you've been asking for signs. You tried to understand why so many things crumbled around you. Why did people leave? Why plans failed? Why did opportunities disappear as if they never existed? You believed you were being punished, forgotten, left behind, but Vishnu was preparing you, and preparation is not punishment, it's protection. The life you know is being renewed. The doors that closed weren't doors, they were walls, and the walls had to come down so that the new could enter. What seemed like a delay was actually alignment. What seemed like silence was actually being stoned. What seemed like the end was merely the root of the true beginning. When Vishnu is going to transform someone's life, he begins with the unseen. First, he plays with emotions, then in relationships, then at the destination. And only at the end do you realize. And you are exactly at that moment. The moment when the soul already knows that something great is coming, but the mind doesn't yet understand. If you feel a slight anxiety, a strong intuition, a feeling that something is approaching, an inner calling, it's because the change has already crossed the spiritual realm and is about to materialize. Vishnu is touching your life now. Not tomorrow, not when things get better. Now. That's why these words found you. Because the transition has begun, and he wants you to be aware, awake, and prepared. Breathe deeply. Feel the air slowly entering and slowly exiting. This breathing is unusual. It marks the beginning of a new cycle. Vishnu is present. You might feel a warmth in your chest, a lightness in your shoulders, a different kind of energy in the air. This is not psychological, it's spiritual. What was once stuck begins to move. What once seemed impossible is beginning to get closer. What once caused pain now transforms into clarity. And the reason is simple. Vishnu has decided it's time to elevate you. You've been through things you've never told anyone. He went through dark nights that no one saw. It silenced pains that no one noticed. And yet he continued. Even though you were tired, you continued. Even though he was injured, he continued. Even though you were scared, you didn't give up. And that is why Vishnu is changing his life now, because he doesn't reward perfection, he rewards purity. And you have that. You may not see it, but Vishnu does. He saw every tear that didn't fall, every forgiveness you gave without receiving anything in return. Every time he chose to be light, even when surrounded by darkness, and now he is rearranging everything around him. The right people will come into your life. The wrong people will be removed. Blocked paths will be opened. Unlikely situations will align. And what seemed distant will begin to manifest before your eyes. But first of all, there is a spiritual step. Accept the change. Because Vishnu never forces, he invites. He doesn't push, he calls. He doesn't invade, he paves the way. And you decide to cross. Write in the comments now. I accept Vishnu's change. It's not just a phrase, it's an energetic permission. It's you saying to the universe, I am ready. When you write this, something moves. The vibration changes. The spiritual realm expands. It's as if you were saying to Vishnu, I trust you. Do what needs to be done. And when the soul trusts, the divine acts swiftly. Things that would take years to happen start happening in weeks. Situations that seemed hopeless are transformed. Explanations emerge. Opportunities are reborn. Because what belongs to purpose doesn't disappear. It just waits for the right time. And the right time has come. You might feel a slight shiver in your arms, a different energy in your hands, a sense of presence beside you. That's Vishnu touching you. It is divine confirmation that your prayers have not been ignored, that their requests were heard, that his soul was seen. And now he is leading you into a new phase, a phase where pain will be replaced by clarity, tiredness will be replaced by lightness, doubt will be replaced by intuition, and fear will be replaced by faith. You are crossing the threshold between before and after, between the life you've lived so far and the life you're about to live, between what you thought you wanted and what Vishnu knows you deserve. This message is not meant to comfort you. It is meant to awaken you. The old cycle is over. The new begins now, and Vishnu is walking ahead of you, opening every necessary door. The impossible will be possible. The improbable will become natural. The unexpected will be a blessing. Your life is about to change, and you can already feel it. The wind changed direction. The tide has turned. Destiny has realigned itself, and you are ready. When a major change is about to happen, the spiritual world moves before the physical world. And this movement begins in silent, almost imperceptible ways. An emotional discomfort, a desire to start over, a wish to leave behind what seems too heavy to continue carrying. These sensations are not random. These are clear signs that Vishnu is altering the frequency of your life. First, he touches the heart, then the mind, then the circumstances, and finally, the entire destination. You are exactly at that point right now, the point where the energy shifts before reality shifts. Perhaps you've been feeling restless these past few days. Perhaps he's more sensitive. Perhaps you felt that some cycles had reached their limit. This is not weakness. It is spiritual perception. Your body and soul already know that something is coming. When a butterfly is about to hatch, the cocoon tightens, and when a soul is about to ascend, the old world loses its fit. This is what's happening to you. Nothing is wrong. You are simply between worlds, between who you were and who you are about to become. Vishnu is rearranging his lines of destiny, and for that to happen, he needs to distance you from everything that would prevent this transformation. That's why some people distance themselves. It wasn't rejection, it was protection. That's why plans fell apart. It wasn't a failure, it was a redirection. That is why peace seemed so far away. It wasn't absence, it was preparation. The new cannot enter where the old occupies space. That is why Vishnu began by removing everything that was not meant for you. And now, he is bringing what is. Breathe deeply. Feel how the air enters differently. A new lightness is invading your energy field. This is a sign that the change has moved beyond the spiritual realm and begun to approach the physical. You may notice more intense dreams, stronger intuitions, coincidences that seem like messages, unexpected encounters, repeated numbers, a feeling that something is coming. These are the classic signs of divine intervention. Vishnu is saying, get ready. What's yours is already on its way. But there is one step that no divine force can skip: human permission. Free will is part of cosmic law. Vishnu opens doors, but it's up to you to decide how to walk through them. And crossing requires only one thing: allow. Now write in the comments, I allow Vishnu to change. Write from the heart, even if the mind is still afraid, even if the past still tries to pull you back. This simple act of writing is like turning a spiritual key. When you declare this, energetically you remove blockages, dissolve resistance, and open space for the new to flow. While you are writing, something happens. The old cycle is losing strength. The new is allowed to be born. E Vishnu accelero plano. You can almost feel it now. A slight shiver, a warmth in the hands, a sudden calm in the chest. The alignment is beginning. Because true change doesn't come with noise, it comes with understanding, and you understand. Vishnu works with subtlety. He doesn't force your life to change. He adjusts. He doesn't pull you away from where you are. He guides you. He doesn't give you results. He gives you direction. And direction is more powerful than a miracle. Because a miracle can change a moment, but direction changes an entire life. You may feel like you're being led towards something bigger, and that's it. There's an old promise waiting for you, something you were born to experience, but didn't yet have the spiritual maturity to receive. Now you have it. Everything you've experienced up to this point, the pain, the falls, the losses, the tears, has shaped you exactly for what is about to happen. Vishnu does not waste suffering. They transform, always. And you are at the point where the transformation materializes. The entire universe knows who you are becoming, and he's applauding silently. Nothing you lost was yours. Nothing you felt was in vain. None of what you cried about was ignored. The plan was bigger. And now, finally, it's being revealed. Imagine Vishnu standing before you. He observes you serenely, without judgment, like someone who sees a soul that has gone through invisible battles and yet remained pure. He reaches out his hands and touches her heart. Without touching, he says, "What you asked for is coming. What you have suffered will be healed. What you have lost will be replaced. And what is yours, it will arrive." Breathe, and let those words sink in deep. You are being prepared to receive, and in order to receive, you must release. The past is gone. The future is drawing near. The present is illuminated. Your life will change not because you deserved little, but because you deserve much. And Vishnu knows this. Your new chapter will not be built on pain but on awareness. You will not be guided by fear but by intuition. It will not be scattered but aligned. You are finally ready to live the life you were born to live. And the most beautiful part? It starts now. Some changes arrive slowly, like the sunrise that gradually illuminates the horizon. But there are others, the deepest ones, that arrive like a silent snap within the soul. Suddenly you look around and realize you're not the same person you were yesterday. Not even the same as it was a week ago. Not even the same as it was when all that pain started. And that's no coincidence. That's it, spiritual transformation. This is Vishnu working directly on your essence. The change that is coming to you is not a superficial alteration. It's a change of course, of conscience, of energy. It's a change that begins from within and then materializes on the outside. You are being reborn, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. The emotions you recently released were key. The pain you faced was a gateway. The cycles that ended were not punishment. They were liberation. Today, at this very moment, you feel lighter, more awake, more aware. And Vishnu knows that this is the perfect point in the journey, the point where the soul is no longer clinging to what was, nor anxious about what is to come, but present. Presence is the fertile ground where the divine sows miracles. When you let go, when you released what was weighing you down, when you surrendered control, something powerful happened without you even realizing it. The future has realigned itself. Life is no longer going in the old direction. You changed destiny, and Vishnu is guiding the new route now. Breathe deeply. Feel the energy around you. She is different, softer, warmer, more alive. This is the vibe of the new cycle beginning. The old cycle has closed. There will be no turning back. There will be no repeat performance. The life that hurt you will not hurt you again. The people who destroyed you will not destroy you again. The patterns that held you captive will no longer have power over you. You have transcended, and Vishnu is now guiding you towards something completely different, something you haven't experienced yet, but which was already written in your spiritual field. What's coming is no small improvement. It's a leap in consciousness, a leap of destiny, a leap in life, and you already feel it, a strong intuition, a deep feeling that you are about to turn a very important page. And that's it. Let me explain to you what is happening spiritually at this moment. Your energy field has been cleansed. Old emotions that held you back have been dissolved. Anything that wasn't part of its purpose was removed. That's why so many things suddenly collapsed. Its frequency increased. That's why you feel you can no longer tolerate certain people, environments, or conversations. His soul was granted permission for a new experience. This only happens when the previous lesson has been understood. Vishnu is moving situations in your favor. New connections will emerge, opportunities will align, paths will open up. None of this will be a coincidence. It will be synchronization. The spiritual world is preparing for a turning point, a moment of encounter between you and that which has always been yours, but which you are only now ready to receive. You've spent too much time just surviving. Now is the time to live. Vishnu no longer wants to see you carrying burdens that are not yours. He wants to see you thriving, breathing, creating, feeling genuine joy, loving without fear, trusting without reservation. If you found this message, it's because this new phase is beginning now, not tomorrow, not next month, now. The energy has already changed, the cycle has already turned, the healing has already begun, destiny is already moving. Imagine yourself walking alongside Vishnu. He holds her hand calmly and firmly. Every step you take is accompanied by him. You are no longer alone, and you never will be. Vishnu looks at you tenderly and says, I saw your effort. I saw your pain. I saw your quiet courage. Now let me lead. Your life is ready to flourish. Feel it entering your body. It's real. It's a gift. And now, the winds of change are blowing, and you are right in the center of it. You may notice that in the coming days, some things will happen. You will have sudden insights. The right people will come into your life without you having to look for them. Opportunities will appear without explanation. Old problems will disappear naturally. You will feel peace where there was once heaviness. You will have strength where there was previously doubt. That is Vishnu, taking action, taking care, redirecting, transforming. Everything that hurt you is losing its power. Everything that was blocking you is being removed. Everything that is yours is drawing closer. And you don't need to do anything but trust. Change will not come because you are fighting. It will come because you are prepared. The time of suffering is over. The time for purpose has begun. Take one last deep breath during this message. Feel your heart open up. Feel the energy aligning. Feel the new cycle touching you. Are you ready? And your life is really going to change. Before this message ends, let me tell you something from the heart. If what you felt here was peace, confirmation, hope, or presence, so this is not just a message, it's a call to action. Subscribe to this channel, not out of habit, but out of alignment. Each new message here is a continuation of this awakening. Each video is a step closer to Vishnu. Every word is a light on your path. If you found this message, it's because Vishnu wants to continue talking to you, and you deserve to hear everything he still has to say to you. May the new cycle find you light. May peace be with you, and may Vishnu walk with you every step of the way in this new life that begins now.